This content is simply to educate the public and it's not to radicalize everyone. I mention that because this particular thing has a lot to do with that. So, Chairman Comer invites CEOs of Discord, Steam, Twitch, and Reddit to testify on radicalization of online forum users. This is going to be taking place on October 8th. I recommend you attend this because I think this is getting spearheaded by the federal department. And if, okay, look, people are people and people act on their own private interests at the end of the day. And these bodies make up a bunch of people. So, yeah, like what? The politically motivated assassination of. Um, okay, so, you know what I mean? Congress has a duty to oversee the online platform. Oh, now, okay, now they want to oversee it now in 2025, dickhead. Okay, these fucking old heads. You know, the problem, honestly, before we get into it, the problem with Congress is that all of these bodies, like Congress, compose primarily, no fucking joke, they compose primarily of old fucking people that literally are so out of touch. And I mean that because they're passing laws on our lives that these laws are affecting our lives. These data privacy laws and all of these laws that are signed into place as a direct result of the people that simply hold a fucking torch. I mean, everyone wants to play a game of, oh, I'm not to blame, but honestly, everyone's to blame, and that's why the younger generation has no respect for for a lot of old people. I respect my fucking grandma and shit. But I'm just saying, y'all, look, someone sold crack cocaine and it wasn't fucking me or my folks. That's all I gotta say, dog. You know what I mean? Okay, look, so the politically motivated assassination of, unfortunately, you know, all of this happened, right? And Congress feels like they have a duty to oversee these online platforms, you know, because radicals are using it to advance political violence. Newsflash, they have been since the internet came out. What are we talking about here? You know what I mean? So to prevent further radicalization and violence, the CEOs of Discord, Steam is a fucking gaming dude. Look, you don't understand how this is wacky. Look, you look up Steam, this is who pops up, bro. Fucking games, dude. Fucking video, bro. This is a video game. Like, what are we doing here, bro? What are we doing, man? Let me just show you. Okay, so like, look, this is the article. Well, no. First off, this is the Steam. You know what I mean? This is what Steam is. You know? Okay, it's literally a online video game store essentially for PC users, for people who use computers. Why is that important to this conversation? Because quite literally, they want to bring to Congress the CEOs, right? I understand social media platforms are radicalized. They've been radicalized, in my opinion, for a very long time, but apparently Congress wants to take action now in 2025. Interesting. So why? Okay, so I understand Twitch, Discord, and Reddit, but to have Steam along these foods is kind of fucking wild. Um, they want to take action, or sorry, so small dick energy. Folks must simply. Okay, so they must appear before the oversight committee and explain what actions they will take to ensure. Okay, so there's asking. Okay, so the oversight committee is asking a bunch of these social media platforms to take action to prevent people from using their platforms for their own nefarious purposes. But how do you? That's a loose term, and I think you could forever always go after that. So that's just the letter. So with that being said, y'all, you know, times are fucking crazy right now. It's getting more and more wackier. There's no other way of putting it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, try to be positive. Try to be a positive light for other people as well. I have taken a shift, and I'm trying to be a lot more conscious of my negativity, even when I'm not actively intentionally pushing it, but when I'm subconsciously pushing it. For example, someone educated me on using the concept, on using the term risk, no, sorry, harm, risk reduction versus harm reduction when it comes to talking about drugs and addicts and X, Y, and Z, and just simply having conversations, educating the public on these things, because the public necessarily isn't equipped with the tools and the researching capabilities. Well, they are, but they aren't, right? To go and do X, Y, and Z. So they trust intellectuals. The problem is intellectuals are intellectuals, and when it comes to money, maybe they're not the brightest in the tool shed or the sharpest, right? They're just not the sharpest. They're the brightest, the highest tech thing with no battery installed. It's okay. But the point I'm trying to make is that right now human capital is very vital, and that's exactly why I'm making all of this content. So you can see this content as being nefarious, but it's not. This is public education, and I dare to testify this, bitch. And this is a direct TSA to anyone that might simply report my content for any form of nefarious reasons. I am documenting this on September 20th, 4 a.m. roughly, 4:33 a.m. Okay, and El Monte, bro. So this is live. This is being live recorded as well. I am documenting that I am not a radical. I am simply trying to educate the public on mental health, on mental wellness, on mental well-being, right? On addiction, and just simply real life applications. So if that's an issue, then you have a problem with society, and then obviously I don't know what the fuck to tell you, dog. So with that being said, I appreciate you checking me out. You know what I mean? I'm just simply trying to. I have a lot of shit to say, man, and I'm going crazy trying to express my own ideas. So with that being said, God bless you guys. Thank you. I'm gonna wrap it up in the next minute and a half. Enjoy some Mad Cat Jazz. Shout out Mad Cat Carnival. This folk, they really get down hard in the paint when it comes to content on YouTube. It's really cool, and it's something that's positive, by the way, homie. Ready?
With the Amex Gold.
I can't rap. The homie got a strap, and I don't know how to trap. Alright, y'all. Peace, man.